You've been charged with a fifth-degree controlled substance crime in Minnesota.
What exactly is a controlled substance?
A controlled substance is an illegal drug. Think of it as there's two categories. One is your street drugs, cocaine, ecstasy, large amounts of marijuana, uh, mushrooms, acid, heroin, and things like that. The other category is prescription drugs like OxyContin, oxycodone, Vicodin, Percocet, Valium, Ritalin, and other prescription drugs that are not prescribed to you.
You mentioned a large amount of marijuana. What is a small amount?
If you have a small amount of marijuana in Minnesota, that means 42.5 grams or less of marijuana. If you have 42.5 grams or less, then you won't be charged with a fifth degree drug possession in Minnesota. You could still be charged with a drug possession or drug sale in Minnesota, but it won't be a fifth degree, so it'll be a lower form.
I'm still not quite clear on what drugs I can have and which ones I can't.
Okay, well, we all know we can have things that we could buy at Cub Foods or Walgreens right over the counter, or SA or something like this bottle of ibuprofen. That's okay for me to have. However, if you have something like somebody else's prescription and they've given you a few pills out of that, or more pills than that, or you fraudulently obtained a prescription that wasn't for you, that's an example of fifth degree possession, even if you've only got one or two pills. If they're not prescribed to you, you could be charged with a fifth degree felony possession there. Another example for marijuana, for example, you could have a joint this big, and that wouldn't count as a fifth degree drug possession. But if you had a whole bunch of them and they equaled more than 42.5 grams of it, then you could be charged with a fifth degree drug possession, which is a felony.
What kind of penalty am I looking at for this charge?
A fifth degree drug possession carries a maximum of 5 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. You're also subject to other penalties, such as, again, having a felony on your record, losing your voting rights and your other civil liberties, being required on probation to submit to random drug tests and going back to prison or back to jail if you fail one of those drug tests, drug treatment and counseling, losing employment or having a hard time getting a job down the road, and having to give a DNA sample to probation that could be used against you for the rest of your life.
Are there any defenses?
There are plenty of defenses to drug possession or drug sale charges. Some of the common ones, it depends on where the police first encounter you. So, for example, if you're the passenger or driver of the car, the first question is, was there a right for a traffic stop? If they had the right to stop you either in the car or if you're just walking around the street, they've got to have a right to stop you. If they stop you, okay, then the next question is, do they have a right to search you? Because usually they need a warrant to search you, except for in some small circumstances. If they have a warrant, they have to show that there was probable cause to have the warrant issued, because some warrants are invalid even if they're issued by a judge. So that's another challenge you can make. And then whether or not they had the right to search you with a warrant or without. Did they follow the requirements of the warrant if there was a warrant, or if there wasn't a warrant? Did they have a right to search you? Did they have a right to search your backpack or your luggage or your duffel bag or your vehicle or your pockets if it's right on your person? So those are just some of the defenses. Another couple are, did I know that I was possessing this drug? Maybe your friend left a prescription bottle in the back seat of your car and you didn't know it. That's a good defense to cases like these. Or did I know it was an illegal drug? Sometimes that's a defense for you as well. So those are just some of the defenses that would apply in Minnesota. There are others, and an experienced criminal defense attorney will know which of those defenses to assert in your case.
If I have any more questions, how do I get a hold of you?
My name is Ryan Pacyga. You can go to my website at arrestedminnesota.com, or you can call me at 612-339-5844.